Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the New Earth Love podcast, where we are building a bridge between the masculine and the feminine, building trust and understanding between the gender. And the bigger picture, the bigger mission that we have is obviously to create more love and peace in the world by doing that. And once again, I'm sitting here with the beautiful Fari. Hello.
Hello.
So good to have you back, to be
Yes.
connected over the continents.
Yes. Yes. And it's
Hmm.
such an important part for me to stay connected as well. So happy to be here again. Oh.
Yeah. 6 hours time difference, soon to be seven when you have to shift. But we're still here. We're still recording. Awesome. I love it.
Yes. Yes. Amazing.
So shall we do a quick check-in as always? Like how is everybody
Yes.
feeling? How are you
Yes.
today?
Yes. Oh, today I am, yeah, very happy, very grateful, and very content, I can say.
Hmm. Yeah, I can feel that. Very, very
Yes,
brief,
very
very just like I'm happy. Yeah,
yes, 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 yes.
I would say I'm mainly also happy and like neutral, just feeling a little bit less focused than I would like to. So there's a little bit of fear around like, now we are recording a podcast and like, can I perform well? And it's like, yeah, just the mind trying to play games. And I'm like, yeah, of course, like it's anyway, basically it's all channeled what we are doing here and like coming in the moment. So I'm just like coming back to trust right now while I'm speaking about it.
Yes.
Mm, yeah, bit of tiredness also there. But overall,
Mhm,
just like curiosity. It feels aligned to be here. As
mhm.
always, always good to talk to you and hold the space together for whatever
Yes,
wants to come through.
same. Yes.
And it seems to be a day of technical issues. Like there was some other things coming up today as well, and we are recording now
Mm,
half an hour later than we wanted to because the Zoom was not working. So some disturbance is in the field.
mhm,
But I'm like, okay, let's just like let go. Let's tap into surrender. That's actually also
mhm.
something we want to talk about today. I think the
Yeah.
power of surrender. We kind of touch on that, and yeah, let's dive right into today's topic. So
Cool.
you brought it up, so you want to introduce what you want to talk about.
Yes, I had recently, because what I like is to bring up the recent topics that I personally am dealing with. And as always, we are also experiencing the same things with certain things, certain parts. And that is in my case, the work wise. And just to explain shortly, we are organizing a holistic festival in Tenerife. And that is going to be a really big festival with a lot of practitioners and facilitators from different backgrounds in different fields. We bring them in one playground in a way.
Mm.
And the vision is bringing awareness into the world, basically, by bringing different tools that are there for self-development in one place, so that people can experience the different tools and choose which tool works the best for them. And I personally was missing that a lot in my own self-development, because there was
Mm.
yeah, a lot of things that I could choose, but I never knew what would work for me. And
Mm.
so I'm creating a space where we're bringing different facilitators, different backgrounds, different tools, one place, and then allowing people to experience, all the tools and choose for themselves what works best.
And the Instagram
Uh,
handle for that is the conscious events, right?
yes,
And
the
the
conscious
website as
events.
well for those who want to check it out, theconsciousevents.com, as much as I know.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah,
yes. So it
awesome.
would be amazing. Yeah, so that's the vision. And in the process of creating this festival for people that are organizing events, it can be quite stressful. And knowing myself, I can handle stress quite well. But in the process, I sometimes miss the way I started the vision. Like I miss the vision, and
Mm-hmm.
I start getting into this achievement um, role that I have to achieve. I want to sell certain amount of tickets. I want this. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not even because of the money, but because I want to bring this awareness to people, and I want to bring it to as much people as possible. And then
Mm-hmm.
I put kind of a pressure, not only on myself, but start feeding
Yeah.
the pressure and start projecting it on my team members and start kind of pushing them to, or yeah, push them to, oh, we have to do it. And it's obviously something internally happening with me, and that's why it's
Mm-hmm.
coming out. And so what I realized today, one of the team members told me, and it was so beautiful. She said, look, if we take away the human mind and allow things just to unfold in trust,
Mm-hmm.
then things are gonna happen. We cannot control what the outcome of anything is gonna be. We just have to trust. And
Mm-hmm.
that was like, I get goosebumps now talking even about it. It's such an important thing to realize again. And I was so grateful that she brought it up to me as like,
Mm.
yes, I lost that for a second.
Mm.
I was,
So the topic would be like to bring yourself back to heart instead of mind,
yes,
like
yes,
to act from heart, and how does that look in the human experience, basically?
yes, exactly,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. At the same time, being in alignment and trust mainly.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's coming from a point of we're not doing well, so we have to do
Mm-hmm.
more. And it's not
Mm-hmm.
coming from of I trust, I have the
Mm-hmm.
vision, the intention, and everything else, it's out of my control.
Yeah, wow.
Yes,
What is coming up when you share that is like, if we understand that we are not humans who have a soul, but a soul who have a human.
yes, yes, very
And that,
beautifully said.
yeah, and that in the beginning of our lives we receive a human.
Mhm, yes, exactly.
Like a baby, you know, like here you go. And your only job
Mhm,
is to take care of that human throughout your life.
yeah, yes.
And and to see this human experience as Fari, as Ra, as whatever character we are playing, as a unique expression of consciousness and as a chance to show how the manifestation of love that we actually are can be expressed as a human person, as a human being, and to
Mhm,
act from that place. And I'm also myself, I feel much more in that, and maybe we can talk about how does that feel to act from love. So
mhm,
one key element that you just mentioned is the trust,
mhm. Okay,
surrendering into trust, and
yes,
not not trying to aim for a certain future outcome and trying to
yes,
control, so control as the
yes,
opposite of trust, um, by yeah, by letting go and letting things unfold and just focusing on, right now my heart is telling me to do this, right? And
mhm.
at the same time we have a mind also for a reason. So it's really, to what degree is the mind a servant, and to what degree are we serving the mind, right? This is something to play with, I think.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. Yes, yes.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also in relationships, right? Like how much are we controlling and setting boundaries and finding agreements, and how much do we just allow the trust and the flow to happen? And it's
Yes.
yeah. So how hmm and from what you shared with me is like, the reason why we get into the mind is usually fear. right?
Yes. Yes.
Limitations, what we learn from our life experience
Yes.
that if we
Hmm.
do this, when we didn't pay
Yes.
attention, when we just did whatever our intuition
Yes.
told us basically to do,
Yes.
and we got
Yes.
hurt, or we
Yes.
almost got hurt, so we got afraid,
Mhm.
then we try to prevent that in the future. And this is where we start
Mhm.
controlling. Limiting beliefs
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
created like this, I guess.
Yes, and I think it's also about, I think you mentioned it the other day, very nice to me, like the story we create is much worse than the actual effect on us. So we create a
Mm,
kind of a story which brings up this fear in the future. So we create a story that the future this is gonna happen. And then we create
mm,
this fear around what is gonna happen. But then you mentioned
yeah.
something really nice. You said, how many times did we actually have a fear and we experienced it? Then I was like, oh, actually, it was fine. I
The
didn't
fear
die.
that the fear of pain is worse than the actual pain, you mean?
Yes. Yes, or the disappointment, or
Yeah.
anything that we have afraid that we're afraid of. We create a story around to prevent certain feeling or emotion. But then when we let go of any expectations and we just surrender in the moment, and
Mm,
when this anything that we have fear of happens, then we are like, okay, as we observe
mm.
it, we feel the pain, we experience the fear and everything that comes with it. But eventually, we work it out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe one
So
day, a week, a month.
yeah, I think it's the that we don't in the situations that we don't yet have the trust that we can handle it.
Yes.
And
The trust in
so
ourselves.
yeah, so it's the fear that if this or that would happen, it would overwhelm me. And the fear of dying, I guess, is behind it ultimately. And maybe, yeah, sometimes we can play the game, right? Of if I'm super afraid of something, and I try, because of that, I'm trying to control the outcome or
Mm-hmm.
manipulate to get a certain outcome.
Mm-hmm.
And that creates a lot of anxiety, right? It's like not
Mm-hmm.
being able to let go and let it unfold. If we ask ourselves, like, okay, what would be the worst possible outcome? And
Yes.
how much can I surrender into that if it happens, to tell myself, like, okay, even if that happens, how am I gonna handle that? And then there
Mm-hmm.
is maybe this, yeah, it would not be the nicest experience ever, but I can handle it. I'm not gonna die if that happens.
Yes. Yes.
Mm,
The
so
trust in ourselves. Yeah.
facing and feeling through the worst case scenario in your head. I think this is a good advice here.
Yes. And really trusting yourself that you're capable of handling anything. There is nothing that we just underestimate the power we have. We can
Hmm.
handle everything. There is nothing that we
Yeah.
cannot handle. It might be really hard sometimes. We feel we're dying, and that is
Hmm.
maybe the biggest fear underlying in all the fears that come on top of that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, and then what? What if we die even from it? I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
of
Yeah.
course, we have to check the consequences of our action and take responsibility for it. But what is the worst scenario that can happen to our human experience?
Hmm. Yeah. I guess the experience of loneliness and not belonging, like being cast out, being
Mm-hmm.
separated. I think the worst
Mm-hmm.
fear that humans have is actually not dying, it's the fear of separation.
Yes,
Like,
because I think it's combined because the death is separation, right? Because
well, that's the funny part. Like, um, the way I see it, it's back to
yes,
unity. Like if we die
yes,
in as a physical, then the soul is detached from the body and goes back to source or God or whatever you want to
yes,
call it.
yes,
So in that sense, then there is actually coming back to unity. So
yes,
the fear of dying, I think I don't have it too much. I think it's more the fear of being like my biggest fear personally is not being able to die, but being separate from everything else, not feeling connected. And the frequency of love, which is unity, connection, is completely
Mhm.
the opposite of fear, which is separation.
Yes. And
So you go.
this is what they in Buddhism they say the biggest trauma we humans have is the separation trauma because we come
Uh,
from the source and we are suddenly separated from love, from the source, from the unity,
mhm.
and the trauma, the first trauma we experience as humans is the trauma of separation. And
Of
this stays
incarnation,
with us.
separation through
Incarnation.
incarnation. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Mhm.
yes. So it's yeah, it's interesting how it works.
Yeah, I believe this is why we are born in our mother's actually womb first. So we incarnate
Yeah.
in that space so that we are completely connected as like I think the deepest connection to another human that you can possibly experience is being inside of your mom,
Hmm.
right? Like literally. I mean, later on in life, it's probably when you're feeling deeply connected to a romantic partner and you are in intimacy, then you feel something that can be close to that. But the physical expression of like the deepest connection we can possibly have is being as an embryo inside of our moms. We are literally surrounded by another human being. So
Mhm.
that's it's a yeah the deepest level we have, and then it's kind of stages of separation, and then we're coming out of our moms,
Yeah.
and then on some point we're gonna separate it by cutting the cord and all this. So and then the babies they need to be like held close so that they can handle that sense of separation, right? And babies who are not held, they're getting a huge trauma usually from that situation. The experience
Yes.
of like coldness and yeah, being separated, they can't really grasp that concept because for 9 months they were like just freshly incarnated and inside their mom, and like all of a sudden there's no one there to hold us. It's like
Mhm.
it's very strange, I guess.
Yeah, and there was also something interesting. Wait, I see that my phone is overheated. It says.
Oh, take it out of the sun.
The
Yeah.
technical issue, as you mentioned.
Uh, something is there.
Yes. Um, is the recording?
Still recording.
Yes. Okay, but do you? Okay. Yes. So
You go.
okay. Yes. So I read somewhere actually, which was very interesting, that babies don't have the awareness that they are separate up to, I think it says 6 months.
Hmm. Well, they believe they're everyone. You're frozen now. Hmm. So we are back. And it's magic. Like if people watch this later, you're gonna be in one place and bam, you're in the next one because I just stopped the
Yeah.
recording, did pause, and now we're back on it.
Yes.
Um,
Welcome to sun.
so
Yes.
you said that babies with 6 months or like until 6 months, they don't have a sense of separation. They don't,
Yes.
yeah, they
Yes.
don't
It
get
was
it basically.
I don't know. I'm not sure if it was 3 months or 6 months, but I do know that when I was reading it, that I realized I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. It's also the separation is happening in stages.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So as you just explained, like the source and then the birth is also a big trauma, isn't it? And then
Mm.
afterwards, parents have usually the moms, they go back to work. And so, yeah, we have some really, really deep traumas being repeated
Mm-hmm.
in in our human experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back to where we started about the festival, what you mentioned, and kind of losing yourself in the technical details
Yes.
while you actually started it from a place of love and passion and the
Yes.
willingness to serve.
Yes.
And I had actually this moment today where I had a check-in call with a potential client for my therapy program. And so you could like in, let's say, the term for that would be a sales call,
Mm-hmm.
which is like I'm getting to know someone, they're getting to know me. I explain
Mm-hmm.
them about the service that I provide, and if they feel it's a fit, then we can talk about different options, right? Like payment plans and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I had that talk actually yesterday. And today we were supposed to have a check-in because he said, like, I need to think about it and I will get back to you. And then before the actual call that we scheduled, like 3 hours before, he canceled and he said, like, yeah, actually, I decided it's not for me. And I just felt sad. I felt disappointed because I felt he is like a good fit for the course. And there was like this moment where I really got into this voice in my head, like, oh, um, why is it not working? Why do people not see my worth and whatever? And I got into some kind of drama story there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not very long, so I could pull myself back out and was just like, yeah, okay, there's all kinds of reasons for that. And if I'm really what I'm focusing on continuously is really like, okay, I want to be of service to humankind with the things that I'm able to do, and I just love
Yes.
doing it. And it's not I'm
Yes.
not doing it for the money. It's rather
Yes.
than I'm receiving money so that I'm able to do it. I would still
Yes.
do it. Like if money would not be a thing, I would still do it the exact same thing. So because it's just fun to bring. I mean, in this container that I'm building up now, there's it's a men's group who I'm guiding through a course called Boundary Breakthrough Journey, where they learn to become an expert on their own boundaries so they can keep their center within a romantic relationship. And that's really something so beautiful to share. And I'm just
Mm.
I would just like share it with anybody basically, but it's like okay, to
Yes.
to really go deep, I do like
Yes.
a small container of maximum 6 people to really go deep, because I do one-on-one therapy sessions, so time is limited. And and this guy was just a really great fit for the course, and then I was like disappointed because I would love to have connected with him.
Mm.
And but then again, bringing myself back from maybe fear mindset of like I'm not getting any clients, back to just like I just love serving. And the same for you, right? It's a similar topic,
Yes.
just on a bigger scale
Yes.
with that festival. Like,
Yes.
yeah, we're putting
Yes.
so much like passion into it, and like, why is this not taking up momentum? And then we start to control, right?
Yes.
And I'm super happy you snapped out of it. I snapped out of it as well. I was like,
Yes.
okay, if it's not a 10 out of 10 fit, then the space goes to someone else. And I still have like other calls lined up. So it was like the story that I created yesterday, because I had a nice deep bond with that person. And I felt like, wow, literally because I always start these calls with where are you at and what's your situation? Are you in a relationship and all these things? And
Yes.
so literally anything he said, I was like, oh wow, I feel like I built that course literally for you. And after that talk, he was like, yeah, I feel the same. Like this is amazing. And I was like 100% sure that he would be in. And then I just got the message and didn't even get the chance to talk with him again. So I got disappointed because I created a story.
Mm-hmm.
And then bringing myself back to love and to trust and surrender, and just like, okay, like you never know until you do, right? So.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
I'm excited for whoever else is then the person who takes that spot, and it's all good.
Yeah, and it comes again back to trusting yourself. You know what you're delivering, and
Yeah,
there is no doubt there. And if it's someone's time to be coming on your path, then that's what is gonna happen.
yeah, yeah,
And there is no, we cannot control anything in life, and this is why it's, I feel the control is more coming from the human aspect of wanting to control,
yeah,
because we want to have certain results, which is not true. We don't, if we are responsible for our actions. We have to take responsibility for them, but on a larger scale, there is no control. There is only trust, and surrender into it, and allow what is meant to be, and take everything that is coming in that path as something that is going to make you grow, or experience the fullness of life.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I read someone who said recently to me, life is not about achieving happiness, but experiencing the full experience of the earth with everything that is there.
Mm-hmm.
That is our goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I was just also reflecting on that. Mm, when we're trying to control, we try to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like what I mentioned earlier, this kind of like we are a soul having a human, not
Mm-hmm.
a human having a soul. We are a soul having a
Yeah,
human. And that perspective, I really, really connect with that so much when I go
yeah,
on my morning walk and stuff. It's really like, okay, I'm embodying this character. I'm really
yeah,
here. But it's more like I'm in charge of this person. I'm in
yeah.
charge of this body and making sure he's doing well. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's more of a pride responsibility, a
Yes.
proud responsibility rather than identification, if that makes any
Yeah.
sense.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
and when that need of control is coming and I want to go back to love and trust, something that helps me a lot is to see, okay, what is the need behind the control? The need behind the control is safety.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
then talking to my human and to my
Mm-hmm.
mind and so like, okay, how do you experience safety at this moment anyway? Like how do you feel safe? Like trying to nurture, to self parent this body. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can just be taking a few deep breaths. I'm doing breath
Mm-hmm.
work actually quite a lot, like not just in the morning. I do it like throughout the day and when I wake up in the night as well, just like to regulate my nervous system. Yeah, to that's really something powerful that I recently implemented. To not always dive into whatever is coming up, but to say like, okay, I can also like zoom out and have these sensations and not be these sensations,
Yes.
and choose on a higher level
Yeah.
to self-soothe and to regulate my nervous system by doing exercises, by doing breath work in a mindful way,
Yeah.
not to escape, but to say like, okay, I see this, it's all good, I got you. Let's just take a few deep breaths, like you would do with another person, right? If a child comes to you and like, oh my God, I'm so scared. What would you do? Give them a
Yeah.
hug, say like, hey, I'm here for you. It's all good. You're not gonna
Yeah.
die. Let's take a
Yeah.
few deep breaths. Do you want a glass of water? And if we like take care of our own human in that
Yes.
same way, right? When we're feeling scared, can we stay in that higher awareness of like, okay, this body, this person that I'm entrusted with is scared right now. Okay. So what can I do to nurture that?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
Yes.
falling into that feeling and completely being in that feeling and absorbed by it.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes, I agree. And this is where it comes the empowerment, yeah, this is where I feel the empowerment comes into play, because then you're empowered in choosing how you react on your sensation. You
Mm-hmm.
choose to do breath work. You choose to take action. You
Mm-hmm.
choose to create. So it's all coming back to realizing that we are in charge of our lives. We
Mm-hmm.
are the ones that are creating the stories. And how this story is going to go, we don't know. But we can trust ourselves that whatever is going to come up, show up for us, that we can
Mm-hmm.
handle it, that we can
Yeah.
navigate it, that we have the tools, and
Yeah.
that we don't need to blame anything or anyone. We can just really, really, really starts for me in this case really embodying trust in the fullest sense, to say I trust myself, the universe, the divine plan, as they call it.
Hmm.
And I'm just choosing for the excitement, to take action on my excitement,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
create.
And
Yes,
on the you call it the human level or the mind
yes,
level,
yes.
um, I believe that trust and surrender comes much easier if we can believe that we have a tribe, a network, people who actually care about us, who gonna catch us when we fall.
Hmm.
I'm very happy that you're one of these people for me,
Yes, thank
and vice versa, to just really feel, even if I have no more money on my bank account and I'm in hospital or whatever, it's like, okay, there's people who care
you.
and
Yes,
who got my back no matter what.
yes.
And I got my own back as well. And to say like, okay, let's see what kind of day is it gonna be today.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, by having actually interesting talking about this. Yesterday, I was talking with someone and they were saying how, especially older generation, they don't trust anyone. They have this very
Mm.
deep distrust in human. And
Mm.
I see that with new generation changing much more. We are trusting each other more.
Yeah.
Where I feel like there is also on a collective level, there is a change happening in the trust because we are creating trust in ourselves. We are also opening up, trusting other people.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
and 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 this is where the unity consciousness comes into place. If we come closer to trusting ourselves and thereby being in that love and care and see the other person and to be able to support and trust the other person and see them as part of you, or see in them yourself,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
then
Consideration.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, definitely see in other people yourself. And then the more we can create that, the next generations are going to be much more connected and the separation will be less. The trauma
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
separation would be less.
Totally. And it's really a dance when you embody trust
Yes.
and you approach a person, even if it's a new person, like someone who's working in a supermarket, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
If you have in your energy the way your face looks, the way your body language expresses itself, I trust you. If that is in your field, then it's so
Yeah.
much more likely that they can connect with you and that they
Yeah.
actually want to support you if you need help.
Yes.
If you have like a suspicion, like, I don't trust you, how
Mm-hmm.
would they connect with us? They would feel rejected without even doing
Mm-hmm.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
And one very beautiful exercise that I remind myself again and again, maybe I tattoo it on some point on my arm, slow down. Like
Yeah.
there's this beautiful book from Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, probably most people know about it. And what I find the most easy way to access the now is by slowing down,
Yes.
doing less things, less stimulation, less screen time, less Netflix, less doodling on the
Mm-hmm.
phone, and more just being present. Like in the last week, and that is really what balanced my nervous system like nothing else. I spent so much time just sitting and watching trees and breathing and focusing on my body sensations. And then from that place, start doing while staying in touch with my body. And that is
Mm.
only like embodied living, so to say. And that's only possible by slowing down. If I would run around like a chicken without a head and try to do as many things as possible, and then it's never enough, and like feeding the fear, which is what I
Yes.
sometimes did in different moments of my life. Then
Mhm.
I'm getting just caught up, and this is a race without an end, right? It's just a rat race. And to say, like,
Yeah.
no, I do the opposite. I slow down. I
Mhm.
feel my body with everything I do. And then this is a
Mhm.
gateway to trust for me.
Yes. And breath, as you said, it's such an important part of us.
Yeah, like if we go with the law of attraction, if we teach the body by slowing down, you are
Mhm.
safe,
Yes.
right? Then you attract more
Yeah.
of the same. Then
Yes.
you're attracting, like if you are a match to safety, to groundedness, to slowness, to being in the now, then you
Yes.
attract experiences who confirm that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if you're in the rat race trying to arrive somewhere, what you attract is more rat race and more trying to arrive somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's really, I think Bashar said it in one recording that I was listening to, that having and wanting are two different vibrations.
Yeah.
So
100%.
so if I want to manifest something in my life, I need to and I don't have it yet. If I focus on I want it so badly, then you attract
Yeah.
more wanting. If you focus on what similar thing on a smaller scale, for instance, if you want
Mm-hmm.
to attract abundance in the form of a lot more money, how do I have abundance at this moment of my life and feeling
Mm-hmm.
gratitude and
Mm-hmm.
celebrate what you already do have? So then the
Mm-hmm.
universe can bring you more of the same. So the law of
Mm-hmm.
attraction is actually not attraction, it's expansion of what is.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes.
like a magnet that becomes stronger and you attract more of the same.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. No. Being. It's about being in that vibration, and then it manifests itself in 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 the in the physical. And
Yeah.
this is sometimes harder in practice in the human life experience. I Yeah, change in the state of minds, and that is also okay. That's also part of the humanness, that we have this up and downs, and it's all good. It's all good. But yes, I agree that expansion comes from a place of now.
Yeah. Attraction is expansion.
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
And in the moment, and being in now, here. And the only thing that connects us humans is the breath,
That connects us?
the air that connects all the humans. We
Mm.
all breathe breath. We're all breathing the same air.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it's all is something that connects us all with ourselves, the breath.
Hmm.
That's why it's so important to bring awareness into our breathing, slowing
Mm.
down, as you say, slowing it down.
Hmm. Yeah, something I love that I heard from a few people now here in Ubud, not taking a breath, but receiving a breath,
Mm,
inviting a breath.
mm,
Shall we do that?
mm.
Let's invite the breath together. Let's
Yeah.
receive a breath.
Let's receive a breath. Mm.
Hmm. Let's breathe in. Ah.
Mm.
I love taking deep breaths. It's like
Yeah.
usually we only do that when we are in a place of awe, right? When we're standing somewhere and like, wow, I love the view, or
Yeah.
oh, such a delicious food that I just ate, or something like
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
if we just randomly take a deep inhalation, maybe whoever is watching now can do that as well. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath, like fill your lungs, actually show your body it's safe to completely inhale what is there. You know, when we are scared, we are like shrinking, the body is shrinking and contracting. And then actually the
Yes.
lung capacity it goes down.
Yes.
And there's a cool exercise also to take a deep breath, and when we are full with our inhale, sipping in even more to
Mm.
like pop the lungs open. That can
Mm.
really regulate the nervous system and bring the shoulders back and like, okay, I'm safe to be here.
Wow. Super nice. Now I feel like doing breath work after this.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. I love how kind of random this podcast episode is going from like we're doing this festival to breath work. Like, well,
It's gonna be there as well.
hmm, hmm. Yeah, something another exercise that I love, like because the topic of today is like to act from heart and not from mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so even like just the energetic thread between the heart and the throat is shorter than if you bypass it through the mind. I believe
Mm.
our impulses always come from the heart space or from the gut feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and then they are kind of translated through the mind. Or we
Mm-hmm.
leave the mind behind and we go straight from the heart to the manifestation. So something I see myself doing lately is on my morning walk to just start singing or expressing myself out loud, and it gives me this sensation of creation, actually, of being of not holding back, that I can speak my truth, that I can shine my light, that I can take up space, that I'm
Yeah.
welcome here
Yeah.
just by not filtering like, ah, what might other people think that see me walking
Mm.
around and talking or singing.
Mm.
Like, who is
Mm.
that weird long guy who is like walking
Mm.
on the rice field and singing by
Mm.
himself in the early morning? Like, whatever. Like, they can have their stories. I don't mind. I will still sing and just express myself and smile at them.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, I just love to sing. I had this
Mm.
moment today as well. There was like a tension in my heart space. It wanted to like burst. I was like, oh, and there was like nothing to fix, nothing to solve. It was just like excitement, love, just like happy about being alive. And I just needed to sing. So I grabbed my ukulele and I just sang from the top of my lungs, and I could feel how that connection, like I was not planning like, okay, this song or that song. I just grabbed and I played and I started to sing. So the connection from the heart to the throat, to have a direct connection, to speak from heart, to act from heart, to create from heart. It's like it's amazing what capacity can be unleashed, let's say, if we
Mm.
learn and practice to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Hmm.
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 Hmm. Do you feel like slowly coming to an end, or is there something you
No,
want to
I
add?
think everything that we have shared today was also coming from a place of sharing. So there's nothing to teach. There's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
to do more than actually be in where we are right now.
In trust that
And
the right people will find this, listen to this, be
yes,
entertained, inspired, or
yes,
whatever they
yes,
do with it. Hmm.
yes, because those conversations we have with each other often anyway, right?
My mind just made a comment.
What?
My mind was like, all right, this is nice and good to speak from the heart, but we need to remind the people who are watching, to comment, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up.
I mean, that is part of the human mind, and we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
laugh about it as well. It's
And
like, oh,
then I
you have
was
to work.
receiving that. I was receiving that. You know,
Yeah.
like I mean, you and I, we have done this exercise of giving your mind a name. So my mind's name is Augustus. You know that, right? So I was like, oh, Augustus, that is very thoughtful of you. So we should remind them. So who's still watching, who's still listening?
Yes,
Uh,
yes,
it's very true. Like it's good because if you give it a thumbs up, then the algorithm is gonna push it, and more people can receive that, which is what our hearts want, right? And if you comment, if you have any like questions about it or any contribution, any requests for the future, we are super happy to receive that. This is really like a community space to share and to interact. And
yes.
yeah, subscription and hitting this bell icon that is available, so you will be informed if you like what we're doing here. Then it's a pleasure to have you in the space
Yeah.
and to keep having you in the next episode.
Mm. Mm.
Thank you,
Mm.
Augustus. Good job.
Yeah, amazing. Good job. You did well today. You navigated the human
Mm.
experience to the fullest.
Yes, love it. Thank you so much for
Amazing.
being on the podcast again, my dear.
Thank you, thank you, thank
I'm
you. And
gonna grab some dinner now. Wishing you a beautiful day,
yes,
and
same
I see you
here.
very soon. Much love,
Yes,
everyone.
much love. Take care. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye.